Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Heavyweights of the Faith, brief biographies of great believers who changed the world.
Lillian Trasher served as a Christian missionary to Asyut, Egypt, where she founded the country's first orphanage. Over a period of 50 years, she cared for approximately 10,000 needy children. Because of her contributions, she earned the nickname of Mother Trasher. Lillian was born on September 27, 1887, in Jacksonville, Florida. She grew up in Georgia as a Roman Catholic. In 1905, she briefly attended a Bible college. For 3 years, from 1908 to 1910, she served as Mattie Perry's assistant at Faith Orphanage in Marion, North Carolina, mending, cooking, and changing diapers. Lillian asked God for guidance, praying, "Lord, I want to be your girl." She also listened to a missionary talk about her experience in India, causing Lillian to want to serve in Africa. Asking her fiancé, an ordained minister named Tom Jordan, to join her, he declined, offering to postpone their wedding. Sensing that she would not return to the United States, Lillian broke off the engagement only 10 days before their wedding. Struggling to raise money to cover her expenses, she received little encouragement, but yet did not give up. Lillian attended a missionary conference, meeting Pastor Brailsford, who served in Asyut, Egypt. Initially reluctant to encourage her, the pastor eventually invited her to join him when he returned. Before she left, people suggested that she randomly open her Bible to see what pages she chose. It was Acts 7:34, where it read, "I have indeed seen the oppression of my people in Egypt. I have heard their groaning, and I have come to set them free. Now come, I will send you back to Egypt." Arriving in Egypt late in 1910 with her sister Jenny and less than $100, a dying woman soon gave her baby to Lillian. To care for her and others like her, on February 10, 1911, she opened what became the Lillian Trasher Orphanage, where she lived entirely on faith and charitable contributions, often not having food for more than one day. She traveled on donkeys and sailed by boat. One time, her boat nearly sank. She contracted the bubonic plague, but survived. By 1914, Lillian had set up a school and Bible study program for 8 orphans in her care. By 1918, she had 50 orphans and 8 widows in her widow's dormitory. A local Presbyterian hospital agreed to provide care for up to 6 orphans at a time, increasing Lillian's ability to care for the sick children. In late 1918, Jenny returned to the United States, with Lillian forced to follow her during the anti-English post-World War I riots, which included an attack on the orphanage. In the United States, Lillian went on a speaking tour of the Assembly of God churches, raising significant funds for the orphanage. In spring of 1920, Lillian returned to Egypt. By 1921, she cared for 151 orphans, and by 1924, 300 children. She shared the Christian message wherever she traveled and kept the faith. During that time, a Swedish orphan revealed that she was spanked for not being Christian, leading to Muslim outrage in multiple countries. As a result, 70 Muslim children were removed from Lillian's orphanage. As sad as that made Lillian, she continued to receive large numbers of children needing care, and she continued to advocate for the children until her death on December 17, 1961, when approximately 1,200 lived in her orphanage. Today, the Assemblies of God of Egypt oversee the orphanage, with 85% of the funding coming from the churches in Egypt, and the Episcopalian Church honors Lillian each year on December 19th.
Special thanks to Inspirational Christians for use of their written biographies. Please visit inspirationalchristians.org for more biographies and articles.